thinking about building a home here in the Upstate, but you keep hearing it depends on the builder. You're not wrong. The experience you have, communication, quality, and how many surprises pop up can look very different depending on who is building your house and what price you are in. Today we are going to walk through the best and not so great builder experiences people are having right now in Greenville and Spartanburg, South Carolina, using real feedback, not just the model home version. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy. I am brokered by eXp Realty, and I help families relocate to this upstate South Carolina area, whether it's Greenville or Spartanburg or anywhere in between. I find homes that match exactly how they want to live. Peaceful, community-centered, sustainable, whatever that might be. If you are moving here in the next 1 to 6 months, tell me in the comments which builder you're looking at right now. Let's dive in. I want to start by saying this is not a builder bashing video. This is me sharing what I'm seeing across the market, what other agents are reporting, and what buyers tell me after they close. Some builders do a beautiful job in one price point and are just kind of okay in the other. Some are amazing at communication, some are volume driven and you feel it. And my goal is to help you go in eyes open and just fall in love with the staged model. So I can pull the inventory that is current and let you know what's actually available. My goal is to help you go in eyes open, not just fall in love with the staged model. So let's talk a little bit about that price point, ranging from $300,000 to about $450,000. This is where new construction in Greenville, Spartanburg sit right now. They're bigger neighborhoods, smaller lots, lots of the same floor plan, and many of the same subcontractors building for multiple companies. In this range, homes can look very different on the outside, but behind the walls, a lot of it is very similar. Some framers, some HVAC subs, and same trim guys. So the buyer experience here can be very different depending on what you choose. Builders who do a 14-day or 30-day post-close walk, builders who communicate clearly about what's included and what's extra, and local regional builders who actually have someone on site checking quality. That would be your better experience. With the very high volume national style production builders that are pushing out a lot of these homes at once, that's where we see much more of a punch list items, slower warranty response, or maybe grading, drainage not being so perfect, especially in the upstate South Carolina. We might need that because of our clay soil, and the water can sit a certain way if it is not graded correctly. So in this price point, again, the house can be fine. You have to manage those expectations. You need to get an inspector and ask about those post-close services. Ask to see the finished home, not just the model. So let's jump into the price point, which is now $450,000 to $650,000. Once you get in the mid-4s and up, you do start to see a little bit of a difference, maybe 9-foot ceilings, hardy board instead of vinyl, better lighting and plumbing packages, slighter, bigger lots, and sometimes the neighborhood can feel a little different. So this is where we might have builders having a more transparent communication. Maybe they tailor things more with personalization to the plan, or actually deliver close to the timeline they promise. Local semi-custom groups here in the Upstate tend to shine here because they're not just building 300 houses at a time, and they actually know what's happening on each lot. Some national builders also have a higher end line, but the buying process is still the same corporate process. So you might get nicer finishes, but you still have to stay on top of those warranty, drainage, and final walkthroughs. Misalignment on the warranty is a big one. A lot of frustration comes from buyers thinking cosmetic things will be fixed later, but the builder is only obligated to structural systems. And that's not a bad builder, that's just a communication gap. If you're thinking about buying new construction in the Greenville and Spartanburg areas, or any of those towns in between in this upstate region, let's have a free consultation. The link is in the description down below. Maybe you have that timeline of the 30 days. Maybe you have a larger timeline. So let's hop on a Zoom for that consultation and let's figure out and tailor things just for you. All right, we are jumping into the price point between $750,000 and the luxury acreage. At this level in Greenville and Spartanburg, we are not talking about big production neighborhoods anymore. We are talking about smaller upscale communities or custom lake builds towards Kiwi, or building on land places like maybe Campobello or Travelers Rest, maybe Inman. So the buyer experience here tends to be that working with builders who lead have more craftsmanship and communication, not just volume. That's where the names like high-end custom firms get recommended over and over in the market. And maybe this experience might be worst versus best. Maybe they just didn't listen, or maybe they overran the budget. Did they guide you through that site prep? What about the well and the septic and the drainage? And did they protect your view or that placement that you wanted on the lot? So it's important if you're building in this tier to get a builder who knows about this upstate soil, upstate drainage, and county requirements, because red clay and poor grading equals a lot of water problems later. I am not going to sit here and drag specific companies. That is not how I operate, and it's not productive. This is not what that video is about. This is for you as a buyer to start positioning yourself to think about these things. Some of these common complaints might be a rushed build. Maybe there's wavy siding, or maybe paint issues, maybe something with the trim. Another could be slow warranty teams, like we'll put them on the list and then it never happens. Drainage or yard problems, water pooling on the side, maybe the grading wasn't correct. Design center shock. Okay, this is actually a real thing. People can pick things out in the design center, but they don't remember that's what they picked out, and it doesn't look the same in the house. And maybe another thing could be some sort of amenity delay, and that could be in a community, right? Maybe the pool or the clubhouse isn't built yet, or something they promised isn't there. So let's talk about how you can protect yourself, because maybe you're that relocation buyer and you are new to the area. First, I would suggest is bring your own agent. They can protect you in these situations, and they should know what to specifically look out for. Do phased inspections, maybe foundation, pre-drywall, and final, even on the newer homes. A big one is ask for everything in writing. What's including, what's an upgrade, what the lot premium is, and what's the estimated completion window. Budget for the outside of the house. Think about that fencing or sod, maybe extra drainage. A lot of that isn't included. Another big one might be about the HOA. Builder-controlled HOA can feel different than a residential controlled HOA. So yes, ton of differences and things to look out for as you're searching for that new construction community or new build that you'd like to get yourself into. But more importantly, please be informed. Know it walking in so that you can protect yourself. And that's where I do step in. If you are building or buying new construction anywhere in the upstate, Simpsonville, Greer, Duncan, Lyman, Boiling Springs, Campbell-Bello, Inman, Travelers Rest, Greenville, Spartanburg, message or comment me below and I will send you what's available and tailor your search so that we can find what fits your lifestyle. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Move to Greenville and Spartanburg, South Carolina, and please share with a friend who's looking at a new build so they don't get surprised either.